What is up, my friends? Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, be sure to like and subscribe. Definitely going to be giving you guys consistent content, and hope it can become one of your homes for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes news and content. So today we finally have heard from CG. They have spoken, and we have the complete list of requirements needed for Galactic Legends Array and Kylo, and then they also gave us some more knowledge about what that event's going to entail, and then some things about their ultimate ability, which is a new thing. Like, the only time I think of ultimate ability in this game right now, I think of like Capital Ship's ultimate ability that you got to work up to. So it's going to be a completely new thing for characters to have that type of ability. Like right now, maybe like an Annihilate or something like that is kind of like an ultimate ability, but it's still just kind of a normal character move setup. So this is going to be something completely different. So let's hop over and just kind of take a look at what CG has told us here. It says, "Hi, Holotable Heroes. Welcome to another State of Galaxy. Galactic Legends Rey and Kylo are landing later this month. So we want to share the final insights into the development of these characters and their events. So it's going to be a new type of character with culmination of the new trilogy, the Dyad, Rey and Kylo. These will be the strongest characters that are released in quick events. As a burst of excitement, however we want diversity in our event." So this is talking about like slowing down, letting us know about the requirements ahead of time, since we already have some of the requirements already in game. And then what gets really interesting here is the way that the event's going to work. So you'll play through the event, but you'll need to unlock or complete the entire event to unlock their full power. So their ultimate ability is tied into completing the event. So it seems like you're going to be able to actually unlock this character at 7 stars, but then you're going to have to continue to play through the event with these raid tickets that they talked about before to be able to actually unlock their ultimate ability, which I'm assuming is like a new currency, kind of like a Zeta, but specifically for these Galactic Legends ultimate abilities. So that's kind of interesting that they're putting in a new currency for new abilities, and then who knows what these abilities are going to look like. We still don't know what their kits are. I mean, it's March 10th right now, and it's going to be releasing this month. One thing that's kind of got me a little worried about it is, like, if you scroll down here, like for the character art, it's still kind of in progress. So I mean, need to kind of go ahead and get that stuff kind of finished up. But it's going to be really interesting to kind of see how these characters work, and really interested to kind of see their kits and see how this ultimate ability, because they're talking about this being almost maybe like a plug-and-play character from some of the stuff I've seen before, where you can't have more than one on a team, and then it seems like they would be able to work in a variety of teams, not just like the Resistance or First Order, even though I'm sure that their kits are designed around their specific factions. So this should be an interesting thing to kind of go over and see when the kits are released. And then, so also some interesting news when it comes to their actual requirements for this as well. So I'll jump in the game here in a second and kind of go over what the new requirements are as far as relic characters are concerned. But I think that this is kind of it. Like, there's talking about the currencies, or 2 different currencies. So another thing that may be interesting too is that you can earn the light side and dark side currencies. So maybe those are done by different things, like maybe doing light side battles in the game or dark side battles in the game to get that currency unlocked to go after the different events. So I'm a little bummed because I'm nowhere near any of this. Still a newer player. I'm not going to have access to this, so I'll be living through other content creators. Like I know you guys probably watch Arnold, and like he's definitely going to be able to get this kind of day one as far as going through the events and stuff. So it'll be exciting to kind of see that. And just as a call out to CG, give us content that people have access to play. Like this sounds amazing, but like 1, 2, 3% maybe of your player base are actually going to be able to play this content when it comes out, which is kind of depressing that we're just not going to be able to have fun new content, interesting content in this game, because it definitely sounds like it's something that would be pretty interesting to kind of jump into. So let's look at the new requirements. Just look at them as a whole, as far as what it's going to take to unlock these things now that we have the complete journey guide available for these characters. So with Kylo, there's some interesting things with Kylo that they've added in. So we already have known some of this. So we know Kylo Ren Unmasked is Relic 7, Stormtrooper Relic 5, First Order Officer Relic 5. Kylo Ren, Relic 7, Captain Phasma, Relic 5, Sword Executioner, Relic 5. And then we learned that, and we got this interesting kind of throw in with Veteran Smuggler, Han Solo last go around, Sith Trooper, awesome character, so that's one that a lot of people will enjoy having at Relic 5. First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot, and then this is what we found out today. So General Hux, we kind of knew that General Hux was going to be on here. New character, definitely going to be. What's really interesting is the speculation was this was going to be the ships area and that there was going to be a new ship, because I know from seeing other people, other content creators, especially like with the Raddus, like testing with the Raddus, like that ship seems to be in desperate need of a tank that would have the resistance tag, and it doesn't have it right now. So kind of expecting to see release of a new ship for First Order and a new ship for the Resistance to kind of fill out those holes that seem to be in those lineups right now for those new capital ships. So hopefully that's something that they'll add in, and it's just maybe not part of this requirement, since we're getting a little later in the month and getting a new ship to 7 stars or whatever the requirement would be a little difficult. But it is kind of interesting with the finalizer, it's only to 5 stars. It's not a 7-star requirement for the ship. What is really interesting to throw in here is Emperor Palpatine at Relic 7. A character that really has absolutely nothing, besides being in the movie, has absolutely nothing to do with the First Order or the Resistance. So that's really, really interesting. Like, it almost seems like they should release a new Emperor Palpatine or put a different tag on him as well, because it's really, really odd to have him as part of it, other than the fact that he was in the movie, because he doesn't have any synergy with either Resistance or with First Order. So that's kind of a surprise. Like, I would rather have seen a new ship be the requirement there, just because ships, it is nice that they're adding some ships in the game to kind of make that content be less stale than what it is. So that's Galactic Legends Kylo. Galactic Legends Rey, I won't go over all of the stuff that we already know. You can get into the journey guide and kind of look at that yourself. So Resistance Hero Poe, we knew that one was coming. BB-8, which I was kind of wondering when BB-8 was thrown in there. Now, it is Relic 7 for BB-8. BB-8 is a solid character, used in a lot of different lineups. Then you've got Veteran Smuggler Chewbacca. We kind of figured that that was coming. Since they had Han, you definitely couldn't have Han without Chewie. It is odd that they're in different sections, and then you've got the Raddus. So once again, no ship in this one. So, but another set of Relic characters, ships. It's a lot to get through to get these Galactic Legends. So I'm really, really interested to kind of see what the requirements are going to be, or what the kits are going to be, to see how powerful these characters are. It is kind of fun to kind of hear of a character with an ultimate ability. I'm really looking forward to kind of see the theory crafters out there figure out ways around this characters, because it's going to be something that it's going to be Wells content only for a while, I think, because if you're free to play or a dolphin kind of thing, it's going to take you probably a year or so, just according on where you're at in the game currently, to be able to access these characters. But it will be fun to see them in some of our favorite content creators streams, when they're going in Grand Arena, just to kind of see how these characters go, and then finding out every character, everything. Like Gas right now has a lot of different counters to it that is not some stuff that's even meta 3 years ago. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see how that goes. So let me know what you guys think. Is this too much? Are you looking forward to it? Is it something that you're going to have access to? I'm really kind of curious to kind of see where they go with these ultimate abilities, and then see how the events play out. It seems like they're going to have several different steps to go through, which seems like it's going to be fun to watch. Even if like the majority of us, you're not going to be able to have access to it right now, at least you can live through some other people who are getting to see this content. So, but let me know what you think. Is this something that you like? And then once again, if this is your first time on the channel, click that like and subscribe button. It can be a home for content. I'm trying to cover news. I am a newer player, so I try to cover guides for newer players, and then also have just started Grand Arena stuff as well, just because it's kind of fun to watch and play Grand Arena. It's definitely one of those great game modes that's in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a blast out there on the holo tables, if I can say it right, and have a great day, guys.